Hey, welcome to Color Up. Today we're going to be talking about the buy bet. Is it a good bet, a bad bet, when you can make it, when you can't play it, and we're just going to get into really a lot of details about the buy bet, so stick around. All right, so buy bets are pretty similar to place bets. You are betting on one of these point numbers in the hopes that it will roll before the 7. For instance, if you buy the 4 and it rolls before the 7, you win. If the 7 shows up first, you would lose. No other number rolled affects this bet. Now, buy bets they're not self-service bets. The players should put their chips in the come area in front of them and tell the dealer what number you would like to buy. For instance, buy the 4, please. So the dealer will pick up the chips and put them in the proper point box and then mark it with a buy chip. And this is so this bet doesn't get confused with any other bets. You'll notice that buy bets go inside of the box where place bets go around the border of the boxes. Now, the big difference between buy bets and place bets are the payouts. Buy bets pay at the true odds of hitting the number, much like the odds bet behind the line here. Here you can see the payouts compared to place bets. So buy bets pay better and they pay at the true odds, which means there is not a house edge. But there is a catch. The casino is not going to allow you to make essentially free bets. So buy bets have a commission or VIG of 5%. This 5% fee is how the casino gains back its advantage. So here are the general rules for making buy bets, and then we will get into the details and exceptions a little bit later. You want to always buy the 4 and 10 instead of making a place bet. You never should buy the 6 and 8 instead of a place bet. And the 5 and 9, maybe, and that'll just depend on your local casino rules. Now we get to the tricky part of buy bets, the VIG. Remember, the VIG is a 5% tax or commission for making the bet. It's important to know that the 5% VIG is calculated on the amount you bet, not on the amount you win back. Let's look at a $100 buy bet. The VIG is based on the $100 bet. So you would give the dealer $5 or 5%. A buy bet on the 4 and 10 pays at the true odds or 2 to 1. So your $100 bet would win $200 minus the $5 in VIG for a net profit of $195. Now we have a $20 buy bet. 5% of $20 is $1. So your VIG is going to be $1. So a buy bet of $20 is going to win back $40 minus the $1 VIG. So you're going to win, your $20 bet is going to win $39 net. When you pay the VIG makes a huge difference on the house edge and whether a buy bet is a good bet or a bad bet compared to making a place bet on the same number. Some casinos are going to ask for the VIG when you make the bet or up front, and they keep it whether you win or lose. For instance, like the East Coast and places like that, usually the VIG is collected up front. Las Vegas, typically, the VIG is collected only on a win. So when making a $20 buy bet, you would hand the dealer $21. They would set you up for a $20 buy bet and they would keep the $1 VIG. If you win, your $20 is going to pay $40 and your VIG is already paid for. But if the 7 rolls first and you lose this buy bet, you lose your $20 and they keep the $1 VIG for a total loss of $21. In this case, when the VIG is paid up front, the house edge for all of the numbers is 4.76%. Now, when compared to the house edge on place bets, you can see it only makes sense to buy the 4 and 10 when the VIG is collected up front. Avoid buying the other numbers under these casino rules. Other casinos only collect the VIG after you win the bet. So when making a $20 buy bet, you would hand the dealer $20. He would set you up. If you win, only then would you give the dealer your VIG. So this $20 bet is going to win $40 and you would drop the dealer $1 for your VIG. So you've won $40 minus the 1, so you've won the same amount, $39. But if a 7 shows up and you lose the $20, but you haven't paid the VIG, so you're only out $20 versus where you have to pay up front, you will have been out $21. Under these rules, the house edge drops significantly and it makes buying the 4, 5, 9, and 10 a pretty good bet at under 2%. With the 6 and 8, however, you are still better off always making it a place bet. So it's always better to buy the 4 and 10 versus a place bet. And it's always to place bet the 6 and 8 versus a buy bet. With the 5 and 9, it's only better to buy them if the vig is only collected on a win. You will find that a lot of casinos won't even allow the buy of the 5 and 9. So check with your local casino on the rules. It's always going to be more favorable for you to pay the vig only after a win. This also applies to the bubble craps machines. It may make sense to buy the 5 and 9 on those machines. Since the buy bet is similar to the place bets, you can make the bet, remove the bet, increase the bet, or decrease the bet at any time. If you paid the vig up front and then decide to remove your bet, the vig will also be returned to you. Now, buy bets are considered off on the come out roll of a new game unless you tell the dealer that you want them on and working. In that case, they would just have to mark that. Now, because it's always going to be better to buy the 4 and 10 versus placing it, some casinos will actually automatically buy the 4 and 10. So even if you say, I want to place the 4 for $20, they'll automatically just convert it to a buy bet, and that's just for your benefit. Now, casinos are going to have different minimums for their buy bets, and they may be higher than the table minimum. For example, you may not be able to buy the 4 and 10 for less than $20 or $25, even though you're on a $10 minimum table. The casino may not allow a $10 buy bet because the minimum vig of $1 would be 10%. See, the proper vig would be 50 cents, but craps tables don't generally deal in small change, so a $10 buy bet with a vig of $1, because they'd have to round the vig up, that would be a 10%. So a lot of places won't allow that because, you're ripping off the player basically. This rounding is called breakage, which is the rounding up or down of the payout. Now let me give you a quick example of how this could actually work in your favor. If you were to make a $25 buy bet, the 5% commission on $25 is actually $1.25. Now the casino may round the vig down to only $1 on your $25 bet. This lowers the house edge from 1.67 to 1.33% on the 4 and 10. Very good bet. I've heard players have been able to push the house all the way to a $39 bet and still get the vig rounded down to only $1. Now once you reach a $40 bet, you will definitely be charged the full 5% or $2. So just ask around and don't be surprised if different dealers or different casinos and different shifts even have different rules. Sometimes the minimum buy will be $20 or $25, sometimes $29. Maybe they'll even let you bet up to $30 or even $39 and still round the vig down to $1. Now let me go ahead and show you a couple example payouts. Now because the 5 and 9 are pretty rare and the 6 and 8, it's always a bad idea, I'm just going to show you the buy bets on the 4 and 10. All right, we have a place bet of $10 and a buy bet of $10 on the 4. Now your place bet is going to pay 9 to 5, so $10 is going to pay $18. Your buy bet, on the other hand, your $10 buy bet is going to pay $20 minus $1 in vig. This is why it actually makes sense to buy even though it's 10%. You're going to get paid $19 versus $18 place bet. $20 place bet is going to get paid 9 to 5 or $36. Our $20 buy bet is going to get paid $40 minus the $1 vig or $39. So again, $39 versus $36, you're better off buying the numbers 4 and 10. Now, a pretty common buy bet that the casino will allow is typically going to be a $25 bet. So in this case, the $25 bet on the place bet is going to win $30, $45 at 9 to 5 odds. Our $25 buy bet is going to win $50 minus the $1 vig or $49. I hope this information was helpful to you. If you have any further questions about buy bets, just put them in the comments down below. I'd be glad to try and help you out any way you can. And let me know what your rules are in your local casino. Post them, let other people know, what the minimum is, whether it's 10, 20, 25, and how far you can push the house. Can you push them to to 25, 30? Can you push them all the way to $39 before they start charging you $2 in commission? So let us know. And whether you're playing place bets or buying the 4 and 10, good luck on coloring up.